More trouble tonight for Shawn Parcells. He's the man facing numerous state and federal charges for his autopsy work.
Prosecutors say he doesn't have the credentials to perform those autopsies. Some families even accuse him of pretending to be a doctor.
Today, he was supposed to be sentenced for criminal charges in Wabunsee County, but he wasn't there. KCTV5's Angie Racono has been investigating Parcells for years. She tells us why he missed his court date.
Shawn Parcells was a no-show this morning in Alma, Kansas. Lawyers gathered, the judge waited. Turns out Parcells had a good excuse. He's in federal custody for violating the terms of his bond.
I'm tired of it, you know. He's a sleazeball and he's a liar. I mean, that's the way it is.
Roger lost his wife, Melody, 7 years ago. Back then, Parcells worked for the county. An autopsy was ordered, but never completed. Roger calls the entire process frustrating.
This is the autopsy suite.
Starting with Parcells' lab.
We put this facility in 2011.
Parcells actually let us inside to prove he runs a legitimate business.
All of our tissues.
Roger had a different take.
And I thought, man, what a, Dr. Jekyll type guy, I mean, looked like Frankenstein's laboratory, stuff in jars and people in the back room laying on table. I'm going, this ought to be the first clue right here that you're not legitimate, what I mean? So I don't know.
Roger has watched as charges piled up against Parcells.
I don't know where, okay, she's over there.
Parcells is convicted of theft and desecration of a corpse in Wabunsee County. Most significantly, he faces 10 federal charges involving more than $1 million. Prosecutors call it a scheme. Court filings show he'll plead guilty and face up to 20 years in prison. Additionally, he faces 14 violations of the False Claims Act and violations of the Consumer Protection Act involving 82 consumers. His lab has been shut down and 1,600 biological samples have been returned to families.
Every time he walks in the courtroom, he wants to wave at us like...
Are you serious?
Yeah. But we both look at each other like, are you serious that he's waving? Like, hello, buddy, and I know that's not the case,
We pushed for an explanation. They say that Parcells robbed them.
KCTV5 did more than a dozen reports on Parcells leading up to charges. Information we uncovered ranged from shocking to heartbreaking, as family after family told us they will never get answers. Shawn Parcells even sat down with us and attempted to explain things.
I tell people all the time, I almost became a neurosurgeon. That doesn't mean that I'm a doctor. That doesn't mean that I was in medical school. I really did almost do that.
Angie Racono, KCTV5 News.